Welcome to another episode of Unlocking the Mind Behind Make More, Work Less. Hi, my name is Fong. I'm an entrepreneur, business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, and also a best-selling author. And every single day, I help others unlock the potentials and guide them to succeed. Today on Unlocking the Mind, we talk about another cognitive bias, and that is because we need to know better how our minds work. We need to understand how we make decisions, how we negotiate, and sometimes be able to avoid certain cognitive traps and be able to maneuver around them or completely prevent ourselves from being in those situations to begin with. So today's cognitive bias, I'm going to ask you a question. When you go look in your wallet, usually how often or how long does a $100 bill stay in your wallet? Or maybe a $50 bill? Now compare that time to how long it takes a $5 bill to disappear or a $10 bill to disappear. It's probably going to stay a lot longer in your pocket than than the $2 bills or the $5 bills or $10 bills, correct? More likely than not. And that is the denomination effect. And the denomination effect when it comes to currency, and the thing is, I'm going to show you later, it may or may not just be currency, but from a currency standpoint, it's suggesting that people may be less likely to spend large currency denominations than their equivalent value in smaller money denominations. So for instance, if you had a pocket full of change and a pocket full of $5 bills or $10 bills, more likely than not, you're going to use up those currencies, those denominations faster than a pocket of just a $50 bill or a $100 bill. And this test was done with two groups of university students where they were both groups were given a dollar's worth of money. One group was given all just $1 bill, just one full $1 bill, and the other group was given just a whole bunch of change. And the change would add up to $1. And after a period of time, what happened was more likely than not, this group came back with a $1 bill, and this group ended up with nothing. And that's because it was so much easier to spend the change, spend the 10 cents, the dime, the nickel, the pennies, because it felt easier to spend. So there's two main things that comes to our minds when it comes to the denomination effect. And number one is the pain of handing over money. Now, the thing is, lots of us don't like to hand away money. It's just that when we need to pay for a service or a product, we probably will give away that money. But when it comes to spending it, sometimes we go, is it worth it? Should we break it up? And we look in our pocket, we have that big $100 bill, and we go, yeah, maybe we'll just hold on to it. We won't buy it just yet. And there's that pain of giving up that money. And once you give away that big denomination, it's broken down, and you're like, oh, I don't have that $100 bill anymore. So you decide to go not use it. And the other one is number two, when it comes to small exchanges of money, people generally don't care so much. Now, the thing is, I don't completely agree with that mentality, but the masses do have that feeling that, oh, if it's a dollar or it's 50 cents or maybe it's $5, something small is not that big deal to them. So they are more willing to spend those denominations of money. So the thing is, that is how the denomination effect happens. So how does this happen in our day-to-day world? Well, for a person who's, let's say, a seller or a waiter or a service person, that person, when they're giving back change to you, they might want to break up the change so that it's more in small denomination, which gives you the incentive or the feeling of, I'll probably live another $2 tip or $1 tip or something like that. Whereas if they gave you their change back in a full dollar bill, $5 bill, $10 bill, you might just take that $10 bill and go away and not leave any tip. And that's the denomination effect happening once again. But if you were the consumer and you want to save more money, the thing is, what you could do is you could take all your change at home, take all your small denominations, and just exchange it all into big dollar bills, into big denominations, and put those big denominations in your wallet, so it keeps you from spending it too fast or too easily. Now, at the very beginning, I did say it may or may not just occur in currency. if you think about it, this happens a lot in buffets as well. That's why all their desserts are in such small increments, and all their food portions are in such small increments, because they want you to keep on eating. They want you to keep on going back and getting more and getting more. And the thing is, when it's in such small portions, you feel like, oh, what's that little bit more to eat? Oh, what's that little extra piece of pie gonna do to me? So you eat more and you eat more and you eat more, and you just consume more and more. Sometimes that might be a good strategy for parents out there who wants their kids to eat more vegetables. Don't give them too much vegetables at the same time. Just give them a little portion, a little portion. The kid's gonna go, oh, okay, there's just a little bit left with it. Oh, there's another small piece. Oh, we'll eat it. And that's, again, the denomination effect coming into play. Another thing that the world uses the denomination effect a lot is in payment plans. And this, you probably have a lot of payment plans on the go right now. For instance, your cable, your phone bills, your mortgage, your car payments, all of those is because of the denomination effect. It's more likely than not that people are not willing to fork out $500,000, $200,000 for a house, even though if they could, the likelihood that they would is very small, because they don't want to give out that massive amount of money right away. Hence, they get a mortgage, they pay a little bit more extra every month, even though at the end they're paying more for it. That small amount every month doesn't hurt them as much as giving up a whole portion of $200,000, hundreds of thousands of dollars for that house at the beginning. Same with car payments, same with a phone. You see a lot where, for instance, iPhones are sometimes over $1,000, or every Samsung phones can be over hundreds and over thousands of dollars. So how they strategize those is they break it down into payment plans, where in the end you're actually paying more for that phone, but you're paying $30 a month, $40 a month, and you tack on a data plan or something like that, so that it feels like you're getting more value for it. But because you're paying a smaller denomination, you feel like it's easier to pay for. And that, when it comes to business and all that kind of stuff, payment plans actually get you farther along, because you're actually making more money in the long run. So that is the denomination effect, and that's how we can actually apply it to our businesses if you wanted to, and that's how you can avoid being put into a situation where you're paying more, because you understand what the denomination effect is actually doing to you. So you can actually maneuver around it, or negotiate for a better price, or negotiate for a better deal for yourself. Actually, if you look at it, if we're driving in long distances, sometimes we put that into our heads too. How do we split this up into checkpoints so it feels like we're making more and more progress by achieving smaller and smaller goals? So again, denomination effect not only is for currency, but it's almost like it's for a checkpoint, or little goals set for you to hit little marks to get you to a larger end goal, or a larger result. So again, currency is where you're paying a little bit more because you're more willing to, instead of giving big lump sum. When it comes to food, when it comes to other stuff, little portions makes it easier for you to consume, and instead of getting a big piece of something. And that's the denomination effect. So if you enjoyed this and you learned something here, we do have a lot of other videos on cognitive biases, on unlocking the mind, in other previous episodes. We do also have the Peak Potential Success Show, and also the Make More Mind Bites, and also the Mastermind Bites if you want to listen to those. So tune in next week for another cognitive bias. Please like, share, comment, and give feedback. I always love seeing those comments coming in. So until next time, today is the day to unlock your potential. We'll see you later.